Good morning, everybody, from the Past the Wire office, war room, studio, whatever you choose to call it. We're here. It's Saturday morning. We got a nice Saturday ahead of us. Some great racing, especially at Belmont Park, where we've got a bunch of stakes, and all stakes pick 4. Unfortunately, the weather has not cooperated, and it's rained at Belmont, and there's more rain expected throughout the day, some showers. So I don't know whether we're going to be on or off the turf later. I do believe that Money Multiplier is coming out of his race. He worked this morning, so he's probably not going to run. But the card is still nice, and there should be some opportunities. And I want to talk about one that I see early on the card that I'm thinking the weather might help. The third race at Belmont today, the Vagrancy, is a small field, 6 horses, and we know how tough it is to get a price in a small field, especially on super live, super good connections. And I think we may have that difficult to come by opportunity today. Looks like there's a lot of speed in the race, and they're going 6.5, which makes it a little bit more tricky than just going 6. And I kind of like that today with the setup that I'm looking for. The race sets up very good for the favorite, the bottom horse, Holiday in Disguise, Holiday Disguise, Linda Rice's horse. She's a closer. She comes from off the pace. She's 2 for 2 at Belmont, proven in the wet, likes it wet, and is really going to get a good setup today and be coming pretty hard with Irad Ortiz, at least on paper anyway. And she's going to be the horse to beat, no doubt. But I think we might be able to beat her. And the horse that I find very interesting and definitely worth a play in my book is the 4-horse Ascertain. Ascertain has always shown, talent, and Belmont had her early in her career. And she does have a good race at Laurel in the mud. Not a great race, but a good race. But, what's interesting to me is that she moved Barnes over to Todd Pletcher at the past Gulfstream meet and ran by far the best race of her life, and a race that would make her very competitive and very tough to beat in this spot. Probably that race, in my opinion, would make her worthy of favoritism here, which she will not be. That said, Pletcher runs her the first time. She explodes. She goes to Charlestown. A lot of horses don't take to that track. She throws in a clunker. That's going to help the price today. She's back at her home field of Belmont, which she's actually never raced at, but it still is where she trains, and Pletcher's home base. So I like that. And when Mott had her, she was probably training there as well. So my thought is, with all the speed and her drawing ideally in the 4-hole in the short field, should give Castellano some options to sit, get the jump on Holiday Disguise, be able to get past the speed, and probably hold off Holiday Disguise, who's going to be coming. I think the race really sets up that way. I think that if she runs back to that two-back start at Gulfstream, she's going to be a handful here, and that's kind of what I expect to happen. 6-1 morning line is kind of generous, maybe 5-4 to 1, but in a small field with Pletcher and Castellano, I'm willing to take that all day long. Hopefully we get it, and I think she's really live in this spot today. As for the rest of the card, I'm kind of holding out and seeing what the weather does, what's on, what's off the turf, who comes out, who stays in, before I finalize any opinions there. We'll be back with more information later, but here we are on a Saturday morning, studying the races across the country from the Past the Wire war room, office, studio. Like I said, you call it whatever you want. We're here, and we'll be back later. Enjoy, everybody, and we'll talk soon.